don't put limits on yourself. Like, this is my box. I can't get out of this box, but like, this is who I am as a person. Hey guys! So we're back for another sisterly advice video, which we haven't done in a long time. I think this would be like episode number 3. No, episode number 4. This is episode number 4. Today's video, I guess, is going to be kind of like, so it's like somewhat serious, and we definitely like to hear any of your feedback, any of your thoughts. You can definitely answer these questions that we're going to be answering down below, because we love to hear from you guys as well. But the whole point is about being yourself and just being content with who you are, learning to be happy with who you are, learning to be confident in who you are, as a woman, as a young lady, as a teenager, as a whatever you are. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. I did write a couple of points that we wanted to touch on just to make sure that we kind of, you know, shared a little bit about ourselves and then kind of leave you guys like some food for thought. So one of the questions we kind of came up with was, have you ever had the pressure to change who you are?
So like for me, I think it happens a lot though. But one moment where I realized it the most was when I was younger. We had like this group of friends that we would hang out with, and they were like cool, I guess.
Like the cool kids?
The cool kids. And they were allowed to basically do whatever they wanted, sort of, or they would like sneak it type of thing. And so I got to like the stage where I wanted to like kind of like dress like them or do my hair or random stuff. Or like watch shows that they were able to watch and stuff like that. So I think in that sense, like, I wanted to fit in with them and be part of their cool little group. Like, I was already
You were in the group,
it, but I wasn't like a part of it. So I guess in that sense, I wanted to change who I was by like my appearance and what I would like watch and what music I would listen to and stuff, just to fit in with them. And that wasn't really like something, like, I realized that later on, but I didn't actually
like comprehend,
and I didn't fully like change actually, because my mom was too strict to let us do anything like that. So I guess in that sense, I still kind of, I keep on saying sense a lot, sorry, but I kept on like staying with who I was, although when I was with them I would like say I watched that show but I really didn't, or I would, I don't know, just say like, oh yeah, I shop at the store all the time, do you have anything from that closet? No, you know, like,
yeah. I think for me, the biggest pressures always came from people older than me, because I've always been someone that looks up to the older people. I don't know, I think that's just kind of how I was brought up more. I think because I'm like the older sister, so it's like she has like people to look up to that were like my age, but I didn't have anyone to look up to, so I always looked up to like the older people in my family. So it was weird because they're all like older than me, they're like 4 years and up older than me, so I would always try to act like them. I think that's been one of my biggest struggles when I was younger, was always wanting to fit in, you know, whether it was with friends from church, and I was homeschooled, so I didn't have the problem of being like fitting in with like school friends, but like friends from church or like family members or anything like that, that was my biggest struggle. And I think it was always just the aspect of that they could have boyfriends and I wasn't allowed to have boyfriends, because my mom did put like a restriction on when we were allowed to have a boyfriend. So I think that was one of the big things. Also, I remember another thing was, I think one of the biggest issues, which now when I look back at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that was so dumb. Like, I remember there was a time when mini skirts were really in, and I was just dead set on I had to have mini skirts to wear, and my mom was like, no, child, you're not gonna wear mini skirts, you're not gonna go out in public like that. So I think it's funny because like when, like, if I think about it, it's just like that time, like that was the most important thing for me, like just to like be able to wear a mini skirt and like I would feel complete, or like to be able to like have a boyfriend and feel complete. And now that I look back, I'm just like, really Bianca, really?
And those situations, it wasn't only those.
Yeah, there's multiple times.
Like other ones. We're just,
and I feel like now it's not so much of a struggle, but it's still there. Like, just the fact that, like, you see, like, celebrities and you're just like, man, she's so cool. I wish I could be like her. I wish I could have her life. And I know in some aspects that can be really bad, but, like, if you learn to almost, like, control those emotions and, like, you know, put them in their place, then it doesn't become as bad as it used to be. So yeah, that's, you know, we had the pressures of wanting to change or trying to fit in. So then the next point that we wanted to bring up is, have you ever changed to fit in? So I think for me, going back to the boyfriend topic, like I said, we weren't allowed to date. So I secretly decided to get a boyfriend, which ended up not working out in my favor at all, because I think I was like 12 or 13. I wasn't that old, or maybe, no, I wasn't 14. No. 13 or, no, 12 or 13, I want to say. So, I mean, I was really little, but to me, having a boyfriend was everything because everyone had one. And I, to be honest, had no idea what having a boyfriend was. So, I think that's one way I changed, trying to, like, secretly have a boyfriend. Another thing that I think I changed in to fit in was almost like my attitude and my mannerisms. And I mean it because, again, hanging out with, like, the cool crowd, you almost start to have that attitude that I'm Miss Know-It-All and almost, like, snobby in a way. I like to say snotty, but snobby is the correct word. So, yeah, like, just thinking that you're everything, but, like, I don't know, like, it not actually being true. Like, almost, like, faking it, hoping that people believe that you're everything. Which just, I know, that's really bad. So I think that's kind of some of the things I try to change. I also try to, like I remember when I got this fake boyfriend, I, like, literally went to my cousins. Sorry. I went to my cousins and I was like, I have a boyfriend now. And they were just like, oh, how cool. And I was just, and like with that, I was like, okay.
So satisfied.
I'm okay.
But she didn't know that. She could have just said that and not actually have one, because they wouldn't know.
The mind of a 12-year-old, everyone. Yeah. So I think even now there's some occasions where I somewhat find myself, like, changing, but I catch myself. And it's just like, no, like, be you.
I think in that one situation, I kind of did, and more like my attitude, like you were saying. It's more like I started to, like, act like them, talk like them, instead of being, like, who I actually was. And yeah, so I don't recommend that. Don't recommend people to do that, because obviously you are supposed to change throughout your life. And I could definitely say that I've changed since the person I have been, like, last year, the year before, whatever. But it's more like I'm growing into the person that I'm supposed to be. Not so much, like, changing, because, well, a lot of people view change as in a bad thing.
Yeah, it's more like positive change versus negative change.
Exactly. So it's more like you're growing into the person that you're supposed to be, and I think that's, like, a healthy thing. That's supposed to happen. You're not always supposed to be the same person throughout your whole life, because that'd be pretty weird, and I don't know.
But I think, like, the main thing isn't to evolve into who you're supposed to be versus what other people want you to be or what you think you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Because obviously if you're like, oh, well, people think I should be this and this and this and this, so I'm gonna just change into that. Like, no, because you're not supposed to be trying to please other people and what they want for you, for your life, type of thing. And the same with, like, looking at, like, a celebrity and being like, oh my gosh, I want to be like Kendall Jenner. Let me go change who I am and be Kendall Jenner. You know, like, you're not supposed to copy who another person is either. You're supposed to stay true to you.
When did you realize that you were starting to change? Or, like, what's an experience that you, like, started to see that you were changing and you were like, whoa, like, you caught yourself? I think for me, like, when I've realized that I'm starting to change, it's, like, very slightly, because I feel like my personality has been very steady for, like, the last, I want to say, like, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, the last 5, almost 6 years. So I feel like I've kind of stayed the same, but, like, grown in maturity. So I feel like now it's really easy for me to catch when I'm like starting to like slightly change into like what other people expect me to be. When I catch myself, then it's just like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I was being rude to people, or like I can't believe I was arguing with my mom, or stuff like that, you know what I mean? So then it's like, oh, like you learn that you like have to make amends with the people you hurt, and even with yourself, because in a way you like betrayed yourself and who the person you
are.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I think for me, I realized like a bigger difference in me changing when I was younger. But like recently, up until like the past years, how you were saying, like I think I've stayed pretty consistent, or I've changed in a better way, I guess you can say. So, and I've come to the realization, I think I've always had this though, since I was like 14, 13, where I kind of I stopped caring what other people expected of me or wanted of me. Obviously if they're my parents, well, I listen to them. And I think I stopped like really like focusing on what people thought about me or what they would say about me. Just simply because if you're focused in that, you're gonna try to change who you are because of that. And
to like almost conform into
the way that they want you to be. And I don't believe in that, and I don't believe in you having to please people or anything of that. Like, you are only in charge, or like, yeah, you're basically like only in charge for your own happiness.
Like, you're stuck with yourself for the rest of your
own
life.
Self, you know, like obviously the people around you are going to keep on changing. You might not have the same friend that you've had for like the past 10 years. You know, you might end up like parting ways. So it's like you don't have to keep on changing depending on your surroundings and the people that you're with. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like for me it's been way easier because of the fact that I have that mindset of, you know, like you're not supposed to just do something because someone else wants you to do something. Like living as in your own life, and you happen to make other people happy by the person that you are, then that is absolutely great, you know. And that's how it's supposed to be, you know, like people should accept you for who you are, not for the person that they want to conform you to.
Next one was, how have you grown into who you are today? So kind of like what you were saying, like there comes a point in life when you kind of just have to stop caring about what other people think or say about you. But something I've learned that's very important is just to, like, if people have opinions, take it with a grain of salt. So if they think you're blah blah blah, take it as in there is some truth to that, and see if there's something you have to fix in yourself. You know, instead of it just being like, I'm not gonna listen to what anyone else thinks. It's I don't, you know, take it with a grain of salt if you have to, or a spoonful of sugar if it's easier for you. But just, I feel like there's always some truth in what people say. Sometimes. Not all the time, but like on occasion there will be some people
just like you have to kind of keep yourself in check and make sure that whatever is being said about you or whatever people want you to change into isn't actually who you are or like what you're doing.
Yeah. I think with that comes a struggle of almost having like that inner fight with yourself of someone telling you like, hey, this is something you can improve on. And then you thinking like, no, I don't. I think I'm okay. You know? So you also have to like take that into consideration.
It's like constructive criticism.
Exactly.
I can't even say criticism, right? Okay. Like when you're doing a paper and you have someone like review it for you or whatever, and then they're like, oh, you should fix the beginning of it because the ending kind of doesn't follow up or whatever. It's kind of like that. Like if you were writing a paper, like how would you want you as a paper to be?
Learn to be who you are and be proud of who you are, but at the same time take the constructive criticism, take it with a grain of salt, a grain of sugar, a spoon of Nutella if you have to. You almost have to grow like a tough exterior, but you still have to keep the inside soft, if that makes sense.
That also comes with like bullying type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I know on one of my videos it started coming up that I don't care about my dogs. Something about someone was just like, oh, like you spend so much money on clothes but you don't get your dogs like the best food, or you don't pay for their vet. And I'm just like, I've always been a person that if you're telling a lie about myself, I will gladly tell you the truth of who I am as a person. You kind of have to grow a tough exterior, but at the same time kind of feel sympathy for people who throw negativity at you, because you don't know what they're fighting.
And also with that, people that tend to bully are going through something. The only reason why they feel in order to hurt someone else is like a greater, like it makes them feel good, is because for like a second they're
causing their pain onto someone else.
Yeah, and they're not like thinking about the pain that they have in them, and they're more like, oh well, if I'm rude to someone else and I make them feel bad, like who cares? Because you know.
And then the last one, or the last point we wanted to bring, is having confidence in who you are as a person. A while ago I had made a video called like Confidence 101, fake it till you make it type of thing. And I found that strategy, if you don't have confidence but you act like you have confidence, really does work out. At least for me, I think. And I found that I've gotten so much confidence ever since I made that last video. And then also like putting myself out there and just, you know, being more open with meeting new people and talking with different people, and just more life experiences kind of help you feel more comfortable in your own skin. So I mean, like if you feel like you can like rock a like bold purple lip, you do that, but you need to feel confident in who you are, because if not, when you walk out the door wearing that, you'll like start like second guessing everything. Like, wait, does this really look good on me? Does it make me look pale? Like, you know what I mean? So you just need to be confident. If you like a certain type of style that isn't in, but you like it and you wear it with confidence, you're gonna like be really confident in who you are, because no matter what other people think, again, you're just gonna know, you know, this is me. Don't put limits on yourself like this is my box, I can't get out of this box, but like this is who I am as a person. Like you can be the nicest person, and I've had this experience. I mean, I think I'm a pretty nice person. I try to be like nice to everyone. I like to like say hi and smile, and I like to be nice to people. But there's been occasions where there's people who flat out don't like me. And you just have to be okay with it. And at first I was kind of a little like, but why don't they like me? I'm a nice person. But after a while you just kind of have to get over it and be like, okay, this person doesn't like me. Cool. I'm not going to be like they're my enemy and I can't be nice to them. I think in a way you just still have to be nice to people. But you know, if you don't like me, cool. We don't have to be the best of friends. And I think it's also a learning process. Like you kind of have to learn who you are as a person. You have to get to know yourself.
And you have to own it.
Yeah, you have to
like,
yeah, exactly.
Me. Fierce.
I feel like almost in a way you have to like take time away from friends and even family and just, you know, what do I like to do? What's my taste in music?
Also with that though, you can't be like, oh, I want to be like Mila Kunis and I want to look like Kim Kardashian and this and that, because you're just setting yourself up for like failure in a way, because obviously you're never going to be able to look like them. You know, you could be confident in who you are, whether you're like a size 0 or you're a size, you know, 14. It doesn't really matter, because we're not all supposed to be the same type of person or look the same, because if we did, then that would be a pretty boring world. Okay, like let's go with like guy term. Some guy is gonna like you for who you are, and if they don't like you for who you are and they're trying to change you, then they're not the right person for you.
Own who you are. If other people have stuff you don't have,
slay the world, girl.
Remember to be yourself, and I feel that once you reach who you're supposed to be, you're gonna be a happier you than trying to conform to what other people think. So thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video.
Make sure to give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below about any other sisterly advice videos that you would like to see in the near future. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Because we're about to get real serious. Things about to get real serious up in here. Okay.
I want my mom. Hey guys!
I couldn't see you counting down. I thought you were touching this. What did we call it? Be you, boo boo? So that makes it a little bit less serious, I guess. So I think
I lost it here.
I got random. Anyways, what do you think? As she yawns.
Like, I mean, hello. Why not?
Do you have any end comments?
This is my foot.
That's your end comment?
Yeah, this is my foot.
Come on this show and...
On this show. This is the show.
This is a show. This is episode 4. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Just kidding. My face is horrible.
I saw that you're like...
Oh my god.